Grace.
Hi.
In this section of Cooking with Angela, we're going to share a few family favorites, and this is one of your favorites.
It is.
It's chicken and peppers, and it's my take on basically a sheet pan meal that you can cook all on one pan. I don't technically do it that way, but this is how I do it. And it's basically it's onion, peppers, chicken, and a secret sauce that makes the sandwich. And we put it on sandwiches. You can put it in tortillas or whatever. I did do a little meal prep, but I'm actually at home on my dinner break just to show you how easy this is to put together. I wasn't prepared with my spoon. What I did earlier is I cut a few of these sweet seedless red peppers. I have found those to be easy because then you don't have to work around the seeds. Easy is key. Sweet red peppers, and I cut an onion. And I'm gonna use a slotted spoon. I did marinate these in Italian dressing. I'm gonna use a slotted spoon, or Grace is gonna use a slotted spoon to put these on our tray. And because there's dressing on there, I'm not gonna treat the tray as a nonstick, so we should be fine. While she does that, I'm gonna prepare the chicken. You're doing very well.
Thank you.
You can use any kind of chicken, and you can prepare it any way. You could put it all on the sheet pan if you wanted to make it easy, bake it all at once. I'm actually going to do these in the skillet, just the way I like them better. And I'm using a tender, so I'm gonna remove, and I don't do it very well, the tendon. Grace doesn't wanna do it at all.
No.
Not her favorite. There's, I'm sure, a fancy way to do it. I'm just not that fancy. And let's see, so we've got probably maybe 8 tenders, and this will feed the 4 of us. And as I mentioned, we're gonna do it on a sandwich with a very special sauce that makes this Grace's favorite. One of her favorites.
One of my favorites.
And in this section, we're going to do not only this chicken and peppers, but I'm going to do a breakfast that is a family favorite, and a cookie that's a family favorite, and kind of a family recipe. Full disclosure, we did a royal mess up on Christmas Eve making the cookies.
My fault.
So we're going to redo them. And it's a sugar cookie that you can do at Christmas, but also I think it's a cookie you can do any time of the year. Okay, so those are ready. Also in our house with chicken and peppers, not yet. You can't forget the tater tots.
Oh, of course.
So we're gonna do tater tots, because who doesn't like tater tots?
Everyone likes tater tots.
Everyone likes tater tots. But I think some people ate tater tots the other day, so I don't have a full bag of tater tots. So we'll add crispy crowns. And if you're like us, we like the mini tater tots and the crispy crowns, but mini tater tots first. And usually with a tater tot, you cook them at like 425 for 20 minutes or so. That's good. Or you can probably, let's just put them all. Oh my gosh.
A lot of tater tots.
It's a lot of tater tots. But I'm going to start this at 350, get the peppers and onions going. That's how it looked. You did a really good job. And we're going to put this in the oven, and then we're going to cook our chicken. Hi, that's Rosie. Hi, Rosie. You can cook the chicken any way you want, air fryer, skillet. You could put it on the tray and cook it all at once in the oven, but I'm going to do mine in the skillet. We're going to put this in the oven, and we'll see you in a couple minutes. Next up, it's the secret that makes these chicken and peppers sandwiches money. Go ahead.
This can go on anything.
Grace puts it on anything.
I put it on anything. It's my favorite. It can go with the tater tots. It can go with the chicken. Anything. But you may have to brush your teeth after eating. There's garlic involved. So all you need is a bowl. I have one.
I'm gonna get your bigger.
Oh, a big one.
We don't have much garlic left.
So you need a bowl and a large spoon. And then you need mayo, garlic, and Parmesan cheese.
We're gonna ask the gentleman in the family room. Turn the TV down just a tad.
So I'm just gonna, well, it's for 3 people, so I'm gonna.
It's a lot of mayo. Probably 3/4 of a cup. That's good. Okay. Wow. It's a lot of mayo. Okay.
Well,
And remember, this we're putting on a sandwich that has onions like sliced in slivers, some sweet red peppers. I just sliced in little rings to make it easy. And this is technically my version of a sheet pan chicken and peppers dinner that you could put on rice. You could put any kind of peppers or any kind of vegetable you want with it. You want me to get the rest of that out?
Yeah, sure.
But we do it, we've always done it with just onions and peppers. And I don't even remember how we came across doing this garlic mayo, but
I don't know, but it's perfect and it's so easy.
it is
Yeah,
because it's
goes on.
mayo and then garlic from a jar. Again, we don't have a whole lot left. And
The Parmesan cheese, the sprinkly cheese. And then you just have to taste as you go and add whatever it needs.
usually more garlic and more
Usually more garlic.
All right, don't step back. I'm gonna lift the peppers up. So these peppers
Sometimes.
have been in for me. Ooh, don't step back. I've been in for maybe 15 minutes or so, and the tops are almost ready. So as I told you, I cut the onions in slivers. Pretty hot. And the sweet red peppers, they're seedless, and I just cut them in little rings. Okay, she's tasting. Oh, and my chicken. Again, you can do your chicken air fryer. You can do it on the stove like I did. You could put it on the sheet pan and do it all at once, make it easy so it is only one pan of a mess. And then I just diced the chicken into little pieces, and we're going to serve it on a bun.
One more taste test.
Okay, I'm gonna put that there so that you can assemble it.
Money.
Okay.
Every time. It's so easy. You can't go wrong.
Okay, so to assemble it, are you making mine?
Sure.
Or you are making yours?
We'll make yours.
Okay, so I put mayo on the top and the bottom. So put
Oh, I
a little
do
bit
too.
on the bottom bun.
Okay. A little bit? What is a little bit?
You know, like a little spoonful.
More?
We don't want to let the folks know how much mayo I eat.
Well, mine's probably more.
Okay, so put a little on the bottom and then a little on the top. Oh, that looks so good. Oh, it's okay. And then
we'll
we're
mess
gonna
it.
put chicken. We're just basically going to assemble the sandwich.
Usually chicken on the bottom and then the peppers on the top. Or if you want to stack it. But it's a little hard to stack it.
And then, so I'm just gonna grab some of the onions that basically just got roasted in the oven. I'm gonna put that on the mayo side.
Because it sticks to the mayo, so then it's a little easier to slam it shut.
Slam it shut. Okay. So we're adding the peppers, and I like the ones that are all the colors, like the yellow, the orange, and the red, but I have figured out over time that most people just like the red, especially this one.
No, I like the yellow.
Oh, you do like the yellow?
It's those two.
Oh, it's those two in there? So I just did it easy, but not quite as colorful, but still pretty colorful. Okay, and then, Grace,
Slam it shut.
you can slam it shut.
Oh gosh.
Doesn't that look good?
A little fallout, but
Look good. And we're going to serve it with tater tots. We probably should make a salad too. Or not.
who needs a salad?
Okay, again, in this next series of cooks, we're doing family favorites. And the first one was chicken and peppers, my version of sheet pan. We are going to cover a breakfast recipe next time, and then we are going to do a cookie recipe. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching Cooking with Angela and Grace. Grace and I are back to do Jon Paul cookies. How long have you known about Jon Paul cookies?
As long as I can remember.
Right. How do we know Jon Paul cookies? Well, my mother-in-law, I asked her today. She said, this is a family recipe. She said Jon Paul came over one Easter and brought these cookies. It's his mother's recipe, and they have been forever now known in our family as Jon Paul cookies. And Jon Paul and his family are still family friends. More like family than friends. But we make these every Christmas, and we had an epic fail. Grace, do you want to tell everybody our epic fail?
No.
No, because we thought we were fine. Grace, it looks a little different. So
At least I noticed it was different. You didn't.
I didn't until we baked them, and it was one big glob of doughy, buttery
Not
cookie.
enough flour. We didn't
Not
put
enough flour. So we are going to make these for Grace to take back to college to her roommates. But I think it's a cookie, even though we make it at Christmas, that you could make any time of the year.
We made it for football games one time, did jerseys.
Yep. Valentine's Day, Halloween, it is a versatile sugar cookie, and it is the best sugar cookie I've ever had.
It's very easy to
And
make,
it's-
except we still mess it up.
Somehow that happens in our family. Okay, we're gonna start with the wet ingredients. You're going to need 1 cup of butter, softened. Grace, since you failed on the dry ingredients, I'm gonna put you in charge of the wet ingredients, which is basically a cup and a half of powdered sugar, a cup of butter, 1 egg, teaspoon of vanilla, calls for a half teaspoon of almond extract, but we don't like almond extract, so we do a little bit of extra vanilla. So let's start. We're gonna use a stand mixer, but you can use any kind of mixer that you want. We're gonna start with a cup of butter softened, and it is ready to go. In it goes. Okay. One.
Did you show
The disgusting recipe? No, because I really should reprint this and type it out nicely. When you have a house and you move out on your own, I will type this out on a really pretty card.
Okay.
We'll just leave this here. Cup and a half of powdered sugar, which I find interesting because a lot of cookies have regular sugar in them, or brown sugar. This is powdered sugar and butter. So we need a cup and a half. So that's one of those and one of those. We're gonna double check each other during this recipe. So a cup and a half of powdered sugar, not regular sugar, powdered sugar, which I love because it makes a big fat mess. Okay, oh, there's one. And a half. I'm gonna get the extra butter out of here. Can't ever have too much butter. So we'll put the powdered sugar away. We're gonna use the powdered sugar, by the way, for the icing after we make these into cute little shapes. It's okay. Okay, and then 1 egg. And then I'll get the vanilla ready. Oh boy, in it goes. Okay, and then throw that in there. And then a teaspoon. Shell's it. Shells won't hurt you. That was pretty good. How much? A teaspoon. And then we're gonna add basically a teaspoon and a half, so a teaspoon and a little bit more because we don't use almond extract, but if you like the flavor of almond, go for it. So you added a little more?
Yes, I did.
Yes, we do not like almond flavored cookies. Okay, in this is gonna go. We're gonna do this on low because the powdered sugar will go everywhere if you don't. So you start doing that. I'm gonna be in charge of dry ingredients. Uh-oh.
Okay.
I'm gonna be in charge of dry ingredients. The dry ingredients are 2.5 cups of flour, a teaspoon of baking soda, and a teaspoon of cream of tartar. That's it. I told you this was an easy, easy cookie. I'm gonna have you help and count. You can count with me. See, I think the problem is we used a half cup,
Yes.
and we were supposed to do it, what, 5
So it
times?
wasn't all my fault.
We were supposed to do it 5 times, and we did it 3.
You said 3.
Right, you are right. I think I meant 3 more, but it's okay. So this is 1 cup, right? 2 cup, 2 cup, okay, and a half a cup. Half a cup. So we have 2.5 cups of flour, and then okay, and then we're gonna do a teaspoon of baking soda. Teaspoon of baking soda. Teaspoon baking soda. And a teaspoon of cream of tartar. Now, don't show this video to my mother-in-law because I'm pouring the cream of tartar over the open thing and not really measuring. Okay, so a teaspoon of cream of tartar. We're gonna give this just a little scoop, or stir, scoop, stir. How are the wet ingredients? They look good.
They're good.
Okay, so we're gonna give this a little stir. I always do that. And then we're gonna incorporate the dry ingredients into the wet. Go for it.
Make sure you got the right amount.
You counted with me, right?
No.
And like I said, we're gonna save this for the icing. The icing is, what is the icing? Sugar, vanilla, and milk. You can't get that any easier than that. And Grace has found a way for us to ice these kind of easy. So if you have little kids, super easy, super fun. And we'll do that in a minute.
Make
Actually,
sure
we're gonna do it in a couple of hours.
Oh yeah.
Make sure what?
That you don't put it all in at once.
Yes, so scoop a little at a time, otherwise you'll have it flying everywhere. But the most important part of this recipe, aside from making sure you have the right amount of flour, is making sure it sits in the refrigerator for 2 hours. So we're gonna get this incorporated, and then this is gonna go in the fridge for 2 hours, and we will be back to roll these out, cut them into cute shapes, bake them, and ice them. It is a super yummy, what we call Jon Paul cookie, that is the best sugar cookie you'll ever have. Okay, our dough has been in the fridge for a couple of hours, and now it's time to roll it out. You will need a little flour. We're gonna roll it out provided there's any left because she likes to eat it raw.
It's really good raw. It only has 1 egg in it, so it's not that bad.
Okay, so we're gonna flour our surface and our pin. All right, I'll let you get the dough out. And if you saw the first part, you know that we epically failed at Christmas. So we're gonna do Valentine's, and then we're gonna do some stars for Grace to take back to her roommates. Okay. So it's been in the fridge, so you're gonna have to work the dough a little bit. Oh boy. Are you having trouble? Do you wanna start
I
scooping?
think my nails.
Okay, I'll do that part. You start rolling it.
Okay.
I might need this. We're gonna get it out, and this, seriously, easy and yummy. We're gonna bake these at 375 for like 7 minutes. And that's it. And then you're gonna have the most delicious cookie. They'll have to cool, and then we're gonna ice them, and I'm gonna show you Grace's really easy way of icing. That would be perfect if you have little ones in the kitchen because it's not fancy and it's just yummy and so easy. So we're gonna cut out a few, and then we're gonna put her to work, and then we'll show you how to ice them and decorate them in a few minutes. All right, what are we gonna start with?
2 stars.
Okay.
You 2 stars. I don't know the thickness of these.
I feel like it says, that's all right. It just says to do it the same thickness, which we never do the same thickness, but I like them a little thicker, so I think this thickness is probably good to take full advantage of the dough. So this is what they look like. They are perfect. We're going to continue to work, and then we'll be back to ice them after they bake. We're back.
We're back.
I would say we made them maybe a little too thick, but we're in a bit of a hurry. So
No,
they still look good.
they're good. They're
But
good.
so easy and so yummy. And this one obviously we're going to use for Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Grace made the frosting. Technically it calls for a box of powdered sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and some milk, basically to taste. You can do whatever kind of frosting you want. We have found this to be the easiest, and
Yes.
show them the consistency.
It's
So it's like-
you could drizzle it. It's kind of, but you don't want it to be too thin or it won't set up.
So it's kind of like a glaze, but I would say maybe a tad thicker than a glaze, don't you think?
Yeah.
And then show them the magic.
Okay.
I'll take your spoon.
Thank you. So usually I'll just grab it by the edges, and then I just dip it in.
Dip and twist.
Dip and twist, and then if you want, you can kind of like scrape the excess on the side. Then it's just like lightly coated,
Yummy.
and then you put whatever sprinkles you want.
gonna do
Or
what?
if you don't like sprinkles, I like the little beaded ones.
Yes, and you
but-
could make this frosting thicker and put food coloring in it and make different colors if you wanted to.
And you can
obviously
pipe
professional-
it. You can make them. Yeah.
You can do whatever you want based on the thickness of the.
Looks
But
like
we
little
just-
animal crackers.
It does. Oh, but they're so. So I just dipped, and then I brought mine up like that. I'm gonna do red, Grace.
Red.
Mm-hmm.
Goes with the first.
A does. And so we're gonna get these ready for Grace to take back up. Oh, that's a lot of circles.
If you don't like too much frosting either, with this you could drizzle it if you would.
Who doesn't like a lot of frosting?
I don't know, some people.
But there's mine. Isn't she cute? Oh, she's falling apart. So you do, obviously, because it's a little bit of a glaze, you
Let
do
them
need
dry.
to let them set and dry.
They're so good.
They're so good.
Yeah.
Okay, this is recipe 2, family recipe 2. Family 3 recipe is going to be a breakfast that everyone loves. We'll see you for that.